Hello everyone. Let us talk about the privacy protection. Today, the world is digitalized. People are sharing their information on the internet. People are interacting with each other. The world is very much connected. But a strong concern about the privacy of the data which people are providing on the internet is great, is huge, and it is very crucial to address it because today it is said that the data is the new currency, and the thoughts of people can be influenced with the use of data. Like if there is a certain kind of data, the usage patterns and the likings and dislikings of a certain set of people, then that data can be used to advertise in the political campaigns, and that is the thing that was done in the Cambridge Analytica case also, which we will discuss about. So in the digitalized world, privacy concern is huge and we must protect it. And in the past, there has been several instances in which the privacy breaches has been there by different companies. Like the biggest case ever seen in this area is the Cambridge Analytica case, in which, with the help of Facebook, Cambridge Analytica was a company which gathered the data of about 84 million users, and the company used this data to influence the political campaigns in the USA general election of 2016. So if the general elections, if things like the most important election of the world is getting influenced by by lack of privacy protection, then this is clearly a matter of concern. Also, Facebook has been involved in many a times to not protect the data of people, and today Facebook holds a great amount of data because not only Facebook but also Instagram and WhatsApp are with the company Meta, and hence the Meta controls a lot of data, and that data can be used ethically or unethically for people. Like ethically, examples can be for marketing purposes. Different companies like Google, Meta and almost every social media company, also the e-commerce company, uses the data of people, of their likings and dislikings, to market them some products, to show them ads. So that is a somewhat ethical thing, because data can be used so that the most sought out products or services are shown as ads to the customer, and that is to some extent is in the benefit of the customer also, because the customer gets whatever he requires without even searching for it. And but there are some unethical uses of this data also, that sometimes this data is not only the likings or dislikings. Sometimes this data is very personal or very secretive for the user, and such data, when gets leaked, then it creates a lot of problem. And sometimes the common data can be used, the liking disliking data can be used to influence the elections also. So there has been a lot of concerns about it also. There are many spywares, there are many malwares which can do data theft, like we saw in the Pegasus spyware software, and that these spywares are very strong, and in any device or any social media platform, they can go and collect the data that the user is having, and that data can be used unethically, and that has been used in the past. There has been many instances about it. So privacy theft, data theft, is a real concern now. So let us talk about what the Indian government has done to to create some friction in the privacy data theft. Why I'm saying no? Because the data theft cannot be stopped. Hackers will be there. It is a very common saying that there are only two types of people. First are those who know that they can be hacked, and second are those who don't know they can be hacked. So this means that everyone can be hacked, and so there must be some friction, so that the cases are very much minimized and cannot be done on a mass level, so that the mass cannot be influenced by certain ideas or radical ideas. So government has tried its up to its potential, and there has been some initiatives also, like the data protection bill of 2019, but it is still a bill. In this bill, there has been many provisions for the protection of data that the customer to the people who are using social media platforms. And uh, and in this bill, if this bill becomes act, there will be certain guidelines for the big social media platforms who many a times gather up the data. And but this bill has not been passed till yet, and it is still under the surveillance of the still under a recheck. But this must be made a act to really enact the good things that it contains. Another thing is that there are many awareness and ad campaigns by the government. Many times there are messages that you should not share your OTP with anybody. Even bank does not ask for that. And many ads and awareness campaigns are always there from the government side to make people aware that data theft is a real problem, and we must refrain from providing our personal data or important data to anybody on the internet. Another thing is that a computer emergency response team has been made for if the, for the cases concerning the data breaches. This team has been made, and this team or this institution generally works on a very immediate level, because the data is very because data is very important. And if much time if there is a delay in the law process, then the data can be used in very unethical ways. Another thing is that cyber swachhata kendras are there for privacy concerns of people and for awareness campaigns also. So all these are the things that the government do to make people aware, to register the complaints, to work against data theft. But there is still a room of developments. Uh, Another thing that the government tried to do was the IT Act, was the IT laws in 2021, in which the intermediaries that are companies like Twitter, Facebook, these were provided some certain guidelines in which it involved a lot of things about what should be shown and what should not be shown. But there were certain guidelines also for the protection of data of the users. So this was also a very welcoming step. And but there are another things. So let us talk about what individuals can do on their level to protect themselves from the data thefts. First thing they can do, that they should provide only the relevant and important information on the internet. And they should not provide any personal or any information. Even in the message sections, one should not provide information that is very lucrative, that is very if that gets leaked, then there can be some challenges. So people should be cautious enough while selecting that what to share and what not to share on the internet. Another thing is that people should use some tools like antiviruses and VPNs. VPNs stand for virtual private networks. If such tools are used, then very secret and very important things like the IP address and the things that gives an identifier to the user. If these things are maintained private, then the data will be of no use. Like if the company if the like let's say if a social media company wants to use the data, um, then even if it have data, then it cannot locate that whose data it is, and that will be provided and that will be protected by the VPNs. So we must use VPNs and antivirus, because antivirus will also ensure to a great extent, although any antivirus is not absolute, but antivirus is uh, also to a great extent ensures that any spyware is not there on the device. So such things must be made accessible to everyone, and everyone must be aware about such things like antivirus and VPNs. Another thing is that people should make strong passwords. Many a times it is seen that for easy accessibility, people make easy passwords. And if we make passwords involving many characters, alphabets, numbers, etc., then and a long password, then it will be very difficult for anyone to breach into. So this is just because of the obvious reasons, and hence we should make people aware to make strong passwords. Another thing is that there must be a good awareness against the fraudsters, because many a times there are fraud on internet, and such fraudsters are keen to get the valuable information from the people they are targeting. So there must be awareness about such fraudsters. We should not provide any lucrative information to anybody who we don't know. So this was about privacy protection, and the government is taking quite a few steps, and we should also be aware about everything which concerns our privacy. Thank you very much.